Hi, Luka. How are you? I'm Randy Unger. I'm with
Yeah.
Under the Radar. How's it going?
Hi, nice. Good. Nice to meet you.
You too, sort of, right? Thanks. Thanks for taking the time. How are you doing?
Good. I got back from school, hanging out with my dog and everything.
That's cool. Are you in New York City?
Yeah, I live in the new development down by Chelsea, Hudson Yards.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Right. Yeah, it's right by the High Line.
All right. How's school going?
Good. I AP week is this week. I'm studying for
Right.
test.
Okay. Well, I hope you do well with everything.
Thank you.
All right. Now on to the main event. How did you get involved with Saturday Church?
How did I get involved?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mom is a talent manager and has been even before I was born. And she actually got this call for this movie for another one of her clients. And then she saw the breakdown and showed me and asked if I wanted to tell the story. And I read the breakdown and I said yes. I actually have a sister who came out as trans right after we finished shooting this movie, actually. But I already knew she was struggling with gender identity, so I hope this movie could kind of connect with her and resonate with her. And so I said yes, of course, I'd love to do a story like this. And it was a long auditioning process, maybe a month or two, maybe. I don't remember exactly, but it was about 4 callbacks. And it was when I read the script, it was beautiful, and I was on the bus actually back from a show, and I almost started crying on the bus, which was embarrassing, but kudos to Damon. He's amazing.
Tears of joy, right?
Yeah.
So, what was it like working with Damon?
He was great. I mean, the work he did, especially for first time being in the director and writer chair, he was very professional. I'm in such a short amount of time. I'm a minor, so we could only have 9-hour work days, and it was only a 20-day shoot to get this whole movie done. And
wow.
He really organized everything really well. He helped the actors and the crew. He had a very clear vision. Yeah, he had a very clear vision and knew what he wanted to do with this film, and it was beautiful.
Nice. What was it like filming in New York City?
Well, I grew up in New York. I was actually I was actually born in L.A. and I moved back. My mom was working back and forth between L.A. and New York, but we mainly lived in L.A. until I was about 3. Then we moved here for good. I do like New York better, I'd say.
Yeah.
But so it's pretty much my hometown, and filming my first feature film here was amazing. Getting to know the city better too, actually, because we filmed in the Bronx, and Damon's mother is a priest at a church, and I believe it's one of, if not the oldest church in New York.
Okay.
And so it was a great piece of history too. And also premiering at the Tribeca Film Festival was just such an important part of New York's culture. Was a dream come true, being an actor based in New York. Nice.
Well, what did you think of the festival?
It was great. It was a crazy experience. It was a whirlwind. The first few days of press were really awesome. Going around in a snazzy suit, feeling good. Going to the screenings, inviting friends. I was really just glad and honored that I could share this piece of art with New York and hopefully soon the rest of the country or world, maybe, I don't know. We were invited to a few festivals already.
Nice.
But
All right.
yeah. Sorry, that's my dog.
So
yeah, and getting nominated too, and being runner-up for the Audience Award was amazing. It was all amazing.
it is, and it's an amazing movie. What do you hope audiences take away from this film?
Well, I know one of Damon's main dreams or goals with this movie, and what I agree with, is that he wants it to be a human story that involves these elements of gender identity and the struggle of being a person of color, as well as being within the LGBTQ community. But he mainly wants people, and this is the main way he can get people outside of the LGBTQ community and outside of the minority to sympathize and connect with Ulysses on levels not being part of, not on just like simple things like falling in love for the first time, or feeling alone, or feeling afraid, or disconnecting with your family. I mean, that's something everybody goes through, no matter who you are,
right,
or
right,
something about you. And another thing I really hope is that someone like Ulysses, who's young and afraid to come out to their family, or doesn't feel safe with their family, can see this movie and know that there is somewhere, because a big part of this film is the community that Ulysses finds.
Right.
That Ulysses finds with the group at Saturday Church, the Saturday Church program with Ebony and Heaven and Dijon and Raymond. So I want kids like Ulysses to know that there is a community out there, that they're not alone, and that they can find a home and be safe. And something beautiful, I think, that happens in this film is that Ulysses finds his family at the Saturday Church program, and through that he finds his family back at home with his mother Amara and his brother Abe, even if Aunt Rose hasn't really come to terms yet. Or can't. I don't know. Never.
Right.
Well, you never know.
True. Did you do any preparation to get into character?
I did, actually. I saw MJ plays Ebony, and I was going to interview her about her process, about coming out and transitioning, and but because I saw her in Runaways, which one of my mom's clients was in, before she knew she was going to be in the film. And then I saw her in the first meeting, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, I guess we can just talk now. Which was very cool. Because when I saw her in Runaways, man, she is amazing. She blew me away. That whole show blew me away. But back to the question. We also did a couple dance rehearsals, not very many, maybe 2 or 3 dance rehearsals for those big numbers for the locker scene and the one in the homeless shelter. And for the voguing montage, I really worked those 3 moves I knew. I worked them, but I met with a consultant, like really amazing voguer who was actually in the movie. Also, he was in the duet dance when Ebony was singing "Conditions of Love" for the first time. But Kia LaBeija gave me a quick, 1 hour, 1 lesson intensive about voguing, and it was intense. My legs were sore for a week after. But
wait, is that the scene? Is that the scene where you're walking down the sidewalk, very low to the ground, and you're doing the hand movements? Yeah. I love that scene.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cool.
What was it like with the choreography? Was it tough to do the numbers?
It was the numbers everyone practiced at home, so we could, by the shoot day, we could just like snap through it. But it was difficult because of the timing issue. Sometimes we only had like 3 or 4 hours to shoot a dance number with only one camera. And so everything had to be pretty much perfect. So it was difficult and nerve-wracking, but it came out well, I think. I think everyone really was on our A game. Hillary Spira, the DP, is amazing. I respect her so much as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is visually stunning. Curious, what were some challenges you faced on set?
There was. I mean, the story calls for some heavy stuff at points. The scene with Mark was a little bit awkward to film, but and so was that one scene in the graveyard after I steal the magazine from the bodega. That was an awkward day as well, but it was. I mean, there were definitely some difficult things, but I couldn't really let it show. We had to just push through and be on our A game and get it done quickly because we didn't have time. But
True.
Yeah.
True. So, are there any actors who have influenced you?
Well, I'd say I have a couple of heroes. Modern right now. I guess I'm a big fan of comedians and do you know the Eric Andre show?
No, not really.
It's a very weird show, but it's wonderful.
Okay.
And Eric Andre is a great guy. He's hilarious.
Okay.
But I also let's see. What's his name? I forgot his name.
We can come back to it if you
I'm
want.
not sure. Yeah,
Let's okay. So would you work with this cast and crew again?
Yes, definitely. Everyone on the cast and crew was so professional. I mean, they taught me a lot. I followed suit pretty much. I think if someone else had been on the team, had been GP or the focus person, I forgot the name of that job, but someone working the focus.
Okay.
If Damon had passed the role of director to someone else after he wrote it, I don't think it would have worked out as well as it had. It was all just like a very well-oiled machine working as fast as it could.
Nice. Now, I actually did speak to Damon a little bit earlier today, and he said that you guys you hung out when the cameras weren't rolling. What was that like?
Well, yeah, we actually I've seen them outside of filming, outside of set too. We met a couple times just to talk and get to know each other. And before this film, as someone not part of the trans community, I of course had different ideas of how they would act or how they would talk as any outsider might before really knowing someone within that community. And I was ignorant. I was nervous to meet them, and I was nervous to play this role because I didn't want to present a stereotype or show my own ignorances, but getting to meet them really helped, and breaking down walls and things in my head that I thought it was a really beautiful experience for me and a learning experience for me, and I'm glad I could be a part of it. Yeah.
Awesome. So do you have like a dream role? I mean, you're young. Do you have a dream role out there that you'd want to do?
Well, my favorite musical is Sweeney Todd, and I've always wanted to play Sweeney Todd, but I don't know how to. With Joanna being a very pale blonde, the character of my daughter, I don't know how it would work out, but anything's possible.
Yeah, give it a few years. I think I see that in the future.
Yeah.
So
most of my background is in theater.
Okay, that's awesome. Are you in anything now?
No, not right now. I'm looking at college.
Okay.
But I'd gladly work if this led to something. That would be amazing. If this goes farther too, if we go to a bunch of festivals and tours, that would be great.
Awesome.
Actually, one frequently asked question at the talkbacks after the movie was, "Are you going to turn it into a musical on Broadway?" I think that would be fun.
That would be insane. I would definitely go. Seriously. All right. So yeah, final question. What advice do you have for aspiring young actors out there?
It's very difficult for young actors, I think, because especially teenage, before prepubescent, there's a bunch of roles as little kids that you can go out for, but once you're in the teenage years, there's a lot of, it's just easier and cheaper to hire an adult to play an older teenager's role. So it's really just a matter of working hard until you are in the right place at the right time. Because it is definitely about luck. But if you don't have the skills when the time arises, it doesn't matter how lucky you are. So even if you're going to get a million no's for one yes.
Right.
But it's amazing when it finally happens.
That's amazing. Awesome. Well, Luka, thank you so much for your time today. The movie is Saturday Church, and this has been Randy Unger with Under the Radar. Thanks so much, guys.